Justin Gary today, designer, board game extraordinaire designer of Ascension, Ascension Tactics, and all kinds of other wonderful games. We're going to give him a flash quiz so you can get to know the designer. So tell me, what's your favorite board game right now?
Honestly, I know this is kind of a cheesy answer. Ascension Legends that we were just put out on crowdfund is my favorite one I'm playing.
I can see why.
It's just been great to be able to bring back the Ascension line and like try out some new mechanics. It's been really fun to get to see people react to our early prototype here. And frankly, you know, as a game designer, I get to play shockingly few games that are not the ones I'm working on, but this one is super fun. I've really enjoyed it.
That's fantastic. Now, if you could travel into one board game, Jumanji style, and live there in the game, you have to live in the game. So you might not want to travel to one of your own games.
No.
Might
Oh
be a
my
little
God.
dangerous.
My games are mostly, actually, you know what? I got one game for you.
Yes.
I'm moving into You Gotta Be Kidding Me because it's adorable. I love cats. I will be surrounded by adorable cats all the time. This is, of all my, do not go to any of my other games.
Yes.
Every other one is a nightmare scenario. This is the only one that would succeed.
Aww.
I think it's something, any of these, there's like Everdell looks pretty cute. I can imagine jumping into Everdell.
Okay. Yeah. Root would be fun, but maybe
Root is violent.
Root
is violent. Yeah. Most of these games are very dangerous. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know, Wingspan. I don't know what we're doing, but I think a gentle animal-based game is, I think, where I'm headed.
Favorite game of the last 5 years?
Favorite game of the last 5 years? Man, there's let's see, what did I play the most of? I mean, I think I'm gonna go with Slay the Spire here, actually, because like I'm a huge fan of deck building games. Slay the Spire just like hooked me and addicted me and showed me a different like way to approach the same genre and inspired some new designs of my own. Like with Soul Forge Fusion, we have a algorithmically generated campaign you can bring your physical decks into, which of course was inspired by Slay the Spire. So that one really had a huge impact on me.
Now, if you could bring Tom Hanks and Leonardo DiCaprio to a table to play a board game with them, what would you play? What would you introduce them to?
Interesting. All right, so I think I'd want it to be like a social kind of game because I just want to get them talking and like I think I want it to be like some kind of like like a Hues and Clues or something, or like a Wavelength or something where like getting people like code names, like get them playing some games and like pretending, not code names because they're not talking enough. I want people like a game where they would end up talking, or maybe a charades type thing would be hilarious.
Fantastic.
So yeah,
love it. What's the first board game you ever remember playing? What's your origin story?
See, so like, I mean, my family we would be playing games of Monopoly growing up, like very cutthroat games of Monopoly where like, you know, we'd be wheeling and dealing around the board and everything. So I remember a lot of things of that. The first game I remember like really getting hooked on and choosing to play on my own though was Talisman. That we would just play these adventure games through it and add in the expansion slowly. And it went from a game that was like, you know, would take like 45 minutes to an hour to a game that would take like 6 hours to play, and we would just have the best time. Like that's the one that really hooked me on gaming.
And favorite two-player game?
Favorite two-player game? I think for me, honestly, I'll bust out Shards of Infinity. If I can, any game I'm going to pick out for what we do, I love Shards of Infinity. It's like just a great like back and forth style game. For games that I don't make, I would probably, I'll give the Wise Wizards games. Their game Epic, their card game is one I probably played the most two players of. That's awesome.
I thought he was going to go with Magic the Gathering, but hey, whatever.
I don't even think that counts. Magic the Gathering is like favorite game all time. Like changed my whole life. Is like it's not just a two-player game. Yeah,
which
you're
makes
right.
It weird to
you're right. You're right. That's the better answer.
Push your luck or worker placement.
I'm a worker placement kind of guy, but honestly I like both. We actually have a game where like secretly prototype playtesting here. That's a push your luck game. That's really fun. But I love a good worker placement game. I think the strategy around it's awesome, and I think there's some really fun ones with some themes that we're also going to be playing with in the future. So yeah, good question.
Favorite snack while playing board games?
Cool Ranch Doritos probably is my favorite, but it's not good for the board games when you're actually like, gotta make sure your hands are clean. But I do love
getting the spice. Yeah. Final question: what is your best board gaming memory?
Oh man, there are so many, dude.
Our audience is really sentimental, so try not to make us cry.
I don't know, man. I think it's like I joked about the like starting off with cutthroat games of Monopoly around the kitchen table, but like honestly, like the amount of times that I was able to bond with my family and like we would play games together, like whether it be Monopoly and like kind of joking around and like making these different deals. Like I just remember those moments so distinctly, and it shaped my personality and who I am. And so like those like it's not like a one specific memory, but it's those moments that we were able to bond really changed who I was. And now for me, the best moments I have are places here like at Gen Con when when someone comes up to me and they're playing one of my games with their kids and they're built like, even now Ascension's been out for 14 years. Like, I had a father and son come up, and the son was 10 years old, and they bonded over games of Ascension. He wasn't even born when I made Ascension, and the fact that I can now be a part of like passing that forward is really like the thing that makes my career worthwhile, and so I'm very grateful for it.
I need a minute. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to meet you.
Yeah.